The biggest challenge of COVID-19 this year has been the overnight collapse of the market.
Puisque du coup, pendant un mois et demi, notre activité a cessé totalement.
Hundreds of people would come to the auction theatre on auction day to bid. Of course, it all changed in March 2020.
Hi, I'm Rob Oliver. I'm the Chief Executive of the Construction Equipment Association. We represent the manufacturers, importers and accessory suppliers for the construction equipment industry. So we have about 150 members and I've been lucky enough to be doing this job for about 20 years now.
Donc du coup, moi je suis Mathilde Veldieu, je représente la société Equiplus. C'est une société de location de matériel de travaux publics. Cette société donc est située au niveau régional, donc plus dans le sud de la France.
Hello, my name is Ralf Haders. I'm the Regional Operations Manager of Metten, Germany, and I'm in the company in Ritchie Brothers Auctioneers for more than 22 years now.
Now for me in the industry, the biggest challenge of COVID-19 this year has been the overnight collapse of the market. Something like 70% of the market went overnight back in March, April time. We've been working from home since that period too, and we've had to adjust the way we've worked. For example, I do a lot of travelling and that's really been ruled out in the last few months.
L'impact a été plus tourné vers au niveau économique, puisque du coup pendant un mois et demi notre activité a cessé totalement. C'est vrai que du coup nous on ne louait plus aucune de nos machines. Tous nos clients avaient leur chantier aussi en arrêt, donc ce qui faisait qu'en fait tout était vraiment en stand-by.
Equipment auctions are exciting events and give a lot of energy to customers and our team. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, hundreds of people would come to the auction theatre on auction day to bid, to meet us and each other. Of course, it all changed in March 2020.
And I guess we had to think how we were going to overcome these challenges now from the COVID-19 emergency. And actually some of the things were quite positive because a lot of our work is involved in working with government and government agencies. We find actually it was a lot easier to communicate with them because they were quite happy to take a half-hour meeting on Zoom or Teams or whatever. Yeah, and of course these challenges weren't just about business because it also affected our individual lives. So, for example, I've got two really nice Labrador dogs, which means they get far more regular walks now, in fact, and actually I get a little bit more exercise too.
Pour relancer l'activité et pour surmonter donc oui cette difficulté, ce qu'on a fait c'est qu'on a essayé donc quand le premier confinement a cessé, de remettre en marche l'activité en mettant bien entendu des gestes barrières sanitaires en place et bien entendu rappeler nos clients qui avaient les machines pour essayer de voir un petit peu avec eux où en était leur chantier, est-ce que ça reprenait de suite.
We were on to prepare a live auction earlier this year in March, where normally hundreds of bidders would come to the auction site to inspect items and bid in the theatre. It would now all take place online. We took safety precautions for our staff, customers and suppliers. Our team took thousands of additional photos and videos of the machines so bidders could do more research online. Marketing campaigns were modified and we personally contacted hundreds of customers to guide them through the changes. It paid off. That March auction we saw an all-time record for bidder participation.
Of course, everyone's been talking about the new normal and what that's going to be like after we emerge from COVID. And I think there's going to be some trends which we've started now which are going to become more and more apparent. In particular, because we, for example, organise lots of conferences and meetings in the normal course of events, which we haven't been able to do in the usual form. But I think going forward, you're going to see a lot of hybrid conferences. So, for example, there'll be people joining online and there'll be people in the conference room.
Il y a bien entendu ce qui va rester, donc ça va être toutes ces procédures sanitaires qu'on ne pourra plus enlever. Voilà, nous on tient vraiment à ce que nos salariés, nos clients soient protégés. J'espère qu'on va reprendre, à long terme, que ça va durer comme ça.
I'm very proud of the team over here and our customers, how we pulled through these changes throughout the year. We've had 5 online auctions in Meppen in 2020. It's exciting where auction technology will take us in 2021 and beyond.